Hi friends, very good morning everyone. I hope you all are doing good. Yeah, so after a long time I am uploading the video into our channel because it's time to learn some of the things. I want to share my knowledge with you all. And coming to the previous videos and all, I have uploaded most of them on Selenium Java because that time Selenium Java is very demanding and I uploaded most of them into our channel. Now it's time to learn Playwright. Playwright with especially with TypeScript. So now I'm going to tell you what are all the advantages with Playwright, why we need to go for Playwright, what is the advantages we are getting, okay, why we need to migrate from Selenium to Playwright. Playwright is a Microsoft tool, which is a very open source tool actually. So it is free of cost and you can do your own changes also, okay, in the Playwright. And it is having so many advantages than other automation tools, okay. And let me discuss all the one by one, what are all the advantages we are getting with Playwright and when we need to go for Playwright and when we need to stay with Selenium. You are going to get it in this video. Please stay tuned to it and please watch till end of this video. Playwright is designed mainly for the dynamic UIs applications and modern JavaScript and TypeScript, React.js applications and all. It is mostly designed for dynamic applications, modern spas. So in the similar way, the advantages we are going to get here is in Selenium and all we used to use explicit wait, sleeps and WebDriver wait and all for waiting for the elements to appear when the loading of the page. But whereas here automatic waiting will be there, auto waits. So different type of waits we have in the Playwright, like a normal wait, test timeout, as well as action timeout, navigation timeout, expect timeout, and global timeout. Different timeouts will be there. Okay, we can set it wherever you want. By default, timeout will be the 30 seconds, and expect timeout will be the 5 seconds. So that is by default for each and every element it will wait. You no need to put any explicit wait for that. That is the very good feature, and that is going to reduces flaky tests significantly in our executions, especially in parallel executions and all. Okay, so parallel execution also in Playwright, it is very nice feature, and all the individual browsers are isolated, and it is going to give you good automation execution results because no dependency on one browser to the other browser. Every browser is an isolated one. Okay, yeah. So because of this auto waits, so we can reduce the flaky tests in our executions and all, and it will help parallel executions also. And faster execution will be there here. If you can see how the Selenium architecture is, by using JSON wire protocol, each request and response will go to the engine, and then it will get the response, and then that connection will be closed. For next statement, again it will establish a new connection and it will serve it, and then the connection will be closed. That is how it will be there in the Selenium by using JSON wire protocol. Whereas here, you can see here, WebSocket protocol we are using in the Playwright. What is the advantage for this is, once the connection is established to the browser, it will not terminated until the end of the script. All the requests and responses, HTTP requests and responses will go through that WebSocket protocol. The connection will not be terminated until the end of the execution. So whereas in Selenium, each request connection established and closed. That is the reason, based on this architecture, the execution will be much more faster, and fast execution will be there when compared to Selenium. So that is the another advantage we are going to get with the Playwright. And also it is supporting all the modern browsers like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, WebKit, almost all the browsers it is supporting. Okay, and that is the reason, because of this architecture, it is faster execution will be there. As I told you, isolated browsers will be there. Parallel execution will be very easy with Playwright. And if you want, you can connect with the browser stack for any browsers you want to connect and all. So that is allowed here. And you want to run it on different OS in the Docker containers and all. Yes, that is also possible with Playwright. You can run it on multiple operating systems. You can use Playwright with different languages: Java, Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, and .NET. All these languages it is supported. But demanding in the current market is Playwright with TypeScript. Okay, that is huge demand we are having, and lot of openings are there for the Playwright with TypeScript. Okay, yeah. Built-in browser support, as I told you, all the browsers it is supporting. Whereas in the Selenium, we used to maintain the Chrome drivers somewhere, Chrome driver, Gecko driver, Edge driver, and we need to provide the path of the drivers to our Selenium script. But here it is not required. By default, you will be getting the all the browser drivers, browser engines with the Playwright installation. Yeah. And excellent auto waiting, as I told you, for click, fill, navigation, assertions. So this is the biggest advantage actually by using Playwright. Selenium scripts commonly fail. Why it will fail? Because of the page wasn't fully ready. But whereas in Playwright, multiple checks will be there for auto waits, like the element has to appear, or the element has to load, or if any API is internally calling, that API responses should be stable. These are all the different advantages we are having with the Playwright. Until then, it will wait and then it will proceed further. So less flaky tests will be there. And better debugging. Coming to the debugging and all, as you know, the Selenium is very difficult whenever we are getting any script issues and all. But whereas in the Playwright, so many features they are providing. Like you can do a video recording, you can take the screenshots whenever failure, and trace viewer feature they have provided. Like you can go from beginning to end screenshots, what is happened in that execution. And a network interception also, you can inspection also you can do it. Network what is happening and all. And they have provided code gen recorder, which is a recorder to record our statements and all. That is also very good feature. And multiple tabs, user sessions are very easy here. Very easily you can create multiple tabs and user sessions, because all browsers are isolated browsers. Sorry. And these are lightweight and isolated, that you need to consider. And network marking, like say you want to get some data from the DB, but the data is not there in the DB, but you want to have some data has to display in your browser. Then you can mimic the data. Okay, you can provide the mock data to your API, which has to display in the browser. So that is possible with network mocking. Okay, so this is also very good feature. And you can see Selenium. We are using Selenium for the UI automation and rest assured for the API automation. So two different frameworks we have to use, libraries. But whereas here, both UI and API, by using Playwright, hand to hand you can do the automation. You can log in with API, same storage state, you can take it and launch the browser and continue on the browser itself. That is the possibility we are having. So easily we can integrate API with UI. That is possible with Playwright. Or you are clicking on some button in the UI, you want to monitor what is the network state, which API is called, and what is the response. So you are trying to hit something on the UI, you want to track the targeted APIs which are hitting. Those are all APIs, you can read the request response headers, everything. So there is an integration between UI and API in Playwright. Okay, so that is also very biggest advantage with Playwright. And coming to the CI/CD, as I told you, like Docker, you can integrate in GitHub Action, Jenkins, Azure DevOps. These all very happily we can integrate with the Playwright. But Docker, if you want to run for multiple OS and all, then we can use the Docker. Our browser stack, you want to run for multiple browsers, then we can go with browser stack or SaaS Labs. Or GitHub Actions for the CI/CD, Jenkins for CI/CD, Azure DevOps. These are all tools we can integrate with the Playwright for our better executions and all. So when you compare Playwright with Selenium, you can see here auto waits, Playwright is excellent, Selenium is mostly manual. Speed, Playwright is faster, Selenium is moderate. Setup, Playwright is simple, very simple. Just one single command you can install the Playwright. But for the Selenium driver management, all these things you need to do it. Modern web apps, Playwright is excellent, Selenium is just good. Debugging, Playwright is very advanced. Like as I told you, trace viewer is there, videos recording is there, screenshots is there whenever script is failed. All these are all the different advantages you are going to get. Modern emulation, like I forgot to update you, like mobile emulation in the sense you can run your scripts on web browsers also. Okay, mobile web browser, like you can see in the Chrome also, you can select the different mobile phones, so the page will be updated accordingly to that particular browser. You want to run it on iPhone, so in the browser itself, in the mobile emulated mode, it will run on the particular mobile device. Okay, in the web browser, okay. So built-in mobile web browser, yeah, provided. That is the very good feature, so that UI, API and mobile web browser, all these will covered with the Playwright. Parallel testing, very easy here, just couple of commands, or you can set it into the configuration file, automatically it will take care of it. Because Selenium is just a library, not a framework, but whereas Playwright is a framework, it is providing the framework for us. Just we need to adapt it and use the things, use the advantages using Playwright. Legacy browser support, yes, which is limited, but whereas Selenium is strong. So you need to check it out when you need to go for Playwright, when you need to go for Selenium. So for Playwright, yes, all the modern apps and parallel executions, trace viewer, auto waits, fast execution, parallel executions. Okay, you want to integrate with Azure DevOps, Jenkins, continuous integration and all. These are all less flaky tests. Then you need to go for, if modern applications, all the modern browsers, then you need to go for Playwright. Or else you can stay with the Selenium. If you are having a huge Selenium framework, ecosystems, legacy browsers, older enterprise systems, then we can still go with the Selenium part. But the problem is here, manual weights you need to put wherever it is required. Then it will create sometimes the flaky tests. Okay, so these are all the reasons why we need to go for Playwright, why we need to learn Playwright. You can see lot of openings are there on Playwright. Most of the companies are migrating from Selenium to Playwright. Why? Because it is faster and very easy. They have provided not libraries, they have provided the framework for us by using TypeScript and JavaScript. Directly framework they are giving, just we need to adapt it and use the things. Because of all these reasons, we need to go for Playwright. I am going to continue with the series of Playwright with TypeScript. Please subscribe to my channel and encourage me to do more and more videos. Thank you so much.